Well, my name is Robert Willis, and most recently I've been the Dean of Canterbury, which gave me an oversight of both the Cathedral and King's School Canterbury for 21 years. The characteristics have developed over those 1400 years, and for almost 1,000 years it was a Benedictine school. And the rule of St. Benedict teaches you to honor humanity in body, mind and spirit, day by day. And at the same time to have gifts of encouragement to one another and a balance across your life of serving those three parts of yourself. So it, I suppose, shouldn't have surprised me that those particular aspects were really strong in the community of kings as I found it. Shenzhen itself was a new city that was developing so fast it was hard to keep pace with that there. We had to decide whether there was the stability there for this to happen and the desire educationally for that to happen. And what we had discovered from Chinese pupils coming to King's itself in Canterbury was that there was a great respect for certain aspects of British education. And we felt that we could perhaps give that quality to a school that we created. It is full of happiness for us because I think we see how the school here can benefit King's, and now we have our international college there. At times when it's not being used by the pupils there, it could be used by folk coming from here to live the life of Canterbury. I think that when people come and share life, it's happened just over these 2 days, then it's quite different from reading a report or even watching a wonderful television program about it. You're actually there in the engine room, seeing the nuts and bolts of how a system works and perhaps solving different problems. But in academic terms also, it can be rejuvenating to hear how and see how music is done here, or art is done, or drama is done, and what is thriving here and why, and vice versa. So I think that for pupils at both places and staff to get to know the two educational institutions right across the world can't do anything but good for the global future of our planet. I think that we had, from the very beginning, the intention that there would be a real relationship at every level between the two schools. And in franchise schools, that generally isn't the case. Now we have a new head at King's, and she will be intending to come here next April or something of that sort. And at the same time, I think that our organizations are energized by talking about education in different places. There are other schools that King's has links with, but they're not responsible for them. But I actually feel that the visiting of our staff and your staff each way will be not only energizing, but good for the public perception about what these global contacts mean. They're not just something on paper to do with benefit of a particular kind going one way or the other. The benefit is wholesale, and it's mostly in education and in the humanity of the developing humanity of the pupils as they grow up. It will always be in their minds that King's Canterbury had another dimension. And in Shenzhen, there will be, in this very modern city, with all the wonderful new buildings, there will be the concept that there are lessons can be learned from a long history as well. And I think that's what King's can bring mostly, well, the two Kings can bring mostly to each other. Loyalty builds up, which doesn't in any way detract from the total loyalty to the school itself, but it does give a more manageable loyalty, and it mixes pupils from different age groups in order that they have an understanding of what it means to be a pupil at all levels. And the best way to do that, it has been found, is to inculcate a sort of loyalty with a house name. And the tradition has always been to use the names of people who were important to the foundation. And I think it's a particular responsibility to be a living name of a house rather than the others who are an inspiration for their work in the past. So one hopes that loyalty builds up between the group. And I had a lovely lunchtime with some of the senior boys of Willis House, and I felt very honoured to see this. It immensely good, yes. I was reminded of the other occasion with a photograph which is on the wall of the history of King's Shenzhen, of me with Chairman Kung on that morning, shaking hands there, having signed the contract of agreement. The loyalty between the two educational foundations will be very firm as that history develops. And it's such a pleasure to be here again and see it thriving in a wonderful way.